Hi! Today we're going to learn about applications of quadratic equations. Let's say we have a problem like this. Find the range of values of x in negative x squared plus 10x minus 21 is less than or equal to 0. So as we can see here, this is a quadratic equation. But normally, we're used to seeing quadratic equations being equal to 0, not less than or equal to 0. So here, the question is asking for the range of values of x in this quadratic equation. So basically, the question is asking what values of x, when put into this equation, make it less than or equal to 0. So what values of x make this statement true? So we can think of this just as a regular quadratic equation, which is equal to 0. Negative x squared plus 10x minus 21 is equal to 0. So now, the normal way to solve for x would be first to factor this out. So negative x is one of them, is part of one binomial, and x is part of the other one, because negative x times x is negative x squared. Now we have to find the two factors of negative 21 that add up to 10x. So the factors would be like negative 7 and 3, or negative 3 and 7, and things like that. However, we can see that since this is negative x, whatever is put here, when multiplied to this, would become actually minus. So we have to find the opposite of these. So it could be negative x plus 7 times x minus 3. So plus 7 minus 3, which would be the opposite of the one up here. Or it could be negative x minus 3 times x plus 7. Or sorry, it could be negative x plus 3 times x minus 7. So, now let's solve for x. But now when we solve for x, instead of being equal to 0, negative x plus 7 will be less than or equal to 0. So that means that negative x is less than or equal to get rid of 7 from the side, we have to subtract 7 from both sides, negative 7. And now, x would be greater than or equal to 7, because here we're multiplying by negative 1 to get rid of the negative sign from this side and just get x by itself. Or sorry, we're dividing by negative 1. And we know that whenever we divide or multiply by a negative number, the sign flips. So x is greater than or equal to 7, and x minus 3 is less than or equal to 0, making x less than or equal to 3. So the answer to this problem is x is less than, is greater than, or equal to. So x is less than or equal to 3, and or x is greater than or equal to 7. Today we learned about applications of quadratic equations.